Hey friends, and welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you like what you see here, this video brings you value, I would love to have you subscribe and join the tribe. So this is a new series that I'm starting here on this channel, and this is called the Slob to Spotless series. So a quick intro. I used to work full-time. I was never a neat freak by any means. Mess didn't really bother me because I was always so busy. I've always been the type of person, I'm talking pre-motherhood, I was always the type of person who worked several jobs, was really only home to sleep, was out a lot, had a social life, and the mess never really bothered me. I never used to make my bed, anything like that. But I found as I became a mother and then a stay-at-home mother that the mess around me really started to affect my mind and really started to bother me and just negatively impact me, and I was always feeling overwhelmed. So when I say slob, it's not like I would let dishes pile up for weeks or things like that, but you know, I never put things in their spot. I would kind of take off my clothes and drop them on the floor, throw whatever on the counter. You know, my life was a lot of piles. And it's no secret that I used to really struggle with consumerism and wanting to buy more things and consume more things, which is completely not a part of my life anymore, and that's been certainly life-changing for me. So a lot of it was just minimizing and just simply living with less, which allowed me to get to where I am today. But there's also just some little tips and tricks that I kind of picked up along the way that really helped me, so I wanted to share them with you guys. So I have 3 little general rules of thumb in order to keep a clean, maintained home and to not feel overwhelmed by the mess. The first one is to have a other place basket. So in our main living area and then also in our downstairs, we have a basket for things that don't belong in those spaces. So at the end of the night, I will pick up that basket and I will go around to the appropriate room where those certain things will belong. You know, my daughter's hair ties that she left out in the living room, or paperwork that belongs downstairs in the filing cabinet, or a toothbrush that the toddler brought out of the bathroom and dropped on the floor. You know, when you have a toddler, things are always not where they're supposed to be. So having a basket in our main living areas for things that belong in other places is a very valuable thing. You just simply pick it up at the end of the night and you can go, you know, make it a quick 5-minute thing. You stop off at every room in your house and you drop off the things in the appropriate location. The second tip I have for you is to always have 2 full hands when entering or leaving a room. You know, so don't go from the kitchen to the living room and walk by without picking something up that belongs in a different spot. Always have 2 full hands. But if I just always enter and exit a room with my hands full, I find my house gets picked up and maintained a lot easier. I finally get to a spot where you're in a room and there's nothing to pick up when you're exiting that room, if you constantly make this a part of your daily habit. So just remember, 2 full hands. Don't go upstairs without 2 full hands of things that belong upstairs. Don't go downstairs, vice versa. You know where I'm going with this. And my third tip is find a place for everything. Now, I am a huge fan of labeling things because where I think something belongs, my husband doesn't always necessarily agree. The kids will put things in different spots. If things are labeled and everything has a spot, everybody knows where that item belongs. Now, this might take you a while if you're feeling really overwhelmed by the mess, but the more organized you can be, the easier it will be to maintain a clean house. So even my kitchen cupboards are labeled: glasses, cups, bowls, you know, sippy cups, bottles, baby snacks. Everything is labeled, so when my husband's putting away the groceries or the kids are helping, they know where things belong. This is kind of like a double-parted tip, but I use the 2-second rule. If something's gonna take less than 2 seconds to put in its actual spot, just do it immediately. If you come in and you have a habit of taking your coat off and just throwing it on your front hall bench or over the railing when the closet is right there, does it only take 2 or 3 seconds to hang up your coat? Yes. So take off your coat, hang it up. Eventually, these will become habits and you'll know where everything goes, and it'll be much easier to just drop that item where it belongs. Same with things like clothes on the floor. And if you have the bad habit of just taking your clothes off and leaving it on the floor and then gathering everything up, your house will become very cluttered and messy very quickly this way. So when you take it off, throw it directly into the hamper, things like that. Find a spot for everything, and if it takes 2 or 3 seconds, just immediately put it in that spot. Anyways, just a short video for you guys today, but these 3 tips really help me to keep my house maintained and clean. I encourage that you share these tips with your family as well. So my kids, if they're walking by and there's something on the floor, I'll just say like 2 hands, and they know what I mean by filling their 2 hands with things that belong in the room that they're going to. So these 3 tips will really help if you implement them into your everyday habits, and overall you will have a much more clean, maintained home. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe. I would love to have you. have you. Share this video with a friend that you think might find it helpful, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!